If you're new in a Spanish-speaking country, it is important to understand how to ask and answer questions related to which languages one speaks. Let's look at some key vocabulary for asking the question, do you speak Spanish? Looking at it word by word, you translates to tú. To speak translates to hablar. And Spanish translates to español. Did you notice that do is not translated here? This is because to form a question for the statement, you speak Spanish, we just add double question marks before and after the statement, so do doesn't need to be translated separately. So going back to our word-by-word translation, you translates to tú. Speak translates to hablar. However, we cannot use it as is in this sentence. Spanish translates to español. We notice that we cannot use hablar directly in the question, do you speak Spanish? Do you remember how verbs change their form depending on the subject? So while to speak translates to hablar, you speak informally translates to tú hablas. Can you try that, please? Tú hablas, which means you speak in an informal context. You speak translates to tú hablas, and Spanish translates to español. Informally, you speak Spanish translates to tú hablas español. Since the verb makes the pronoun clear that it is second person and informal, we can omit the tú. Now we know that the statement you speak Spanish translates to hablas español. Remember, to turn it into a question, we just put an inverted question mark in the beginning and a question mark at the end. Hence, do you speak Spanish translates to hablas español? Remember, in its informal and singular form, you speak Spanish translates to tú hablas español. However, in its formal and singular form, you speak Spanish translates to usted habla español. Now, while we could omit tú, we cannot omit usted, as it is not obvious. The verb form habla could associate with usted or él or ella. Hence, to be clear, it is essential to use the pronoun. All right, now that you know how to ask someone if they speak a particular language, let's also learn how you will answer that question. For answering questions, two important words to learn are yes and no. Yes is sí. Can you try that? Sí. And no translates to no. Saying no is always easy, right? Now let's see how we will say, yes, I speak Spanish. Yes, I speak Spanish translates to sí, hablo español. Learn Spanish with awesome audio-visual lessons, interactive quizzes, and games. Find coaches from Spain and Latin America and learn live over Skype. Just visit CultureAlley.com. See you at the alley.